Hello viewers, and today I've got another awesome loadout that you can use in Warzone. And at first glance you might actually wonder what this weapon actually is. This is the VLK Rogue shotgun from the Modern Warfare series of weapons. And something particular that I'm using with this VLK shotgun is that I'm using the ammo conversion, and specifically it is the Dragon Breath rounds. This means that it will deal damage over time as you burn the enemy with what is essentially incendiary bullets. This is great for just catching the enemy off guard, putting pressure on them, making them panic, and dealing plenty of damage over time, so you're keeping pressure on them. But before I break down the rest of the attachments for you and show you some awesome gameplay that I've got with this weapon, it would be amazing if you could consider subscribing to the channel. I try and upload videos like this every single day, and it means a lot to me when people watch, like, subscribe and comment on all of my videos and let me know what they think and weapons that they would like to see in future videos. I really love the small little community in my corner of YouTube that I've got, so thank you very much for being a part of it. If you're not that fussed about me breaking down each of the attachments individually, then feel free to pause the video here, as these are the attachments that I'm using. And so, starting off in the muzzle attachment slot, I am using the Forged Tac Marauder, which is a unique attachment for some of the shotguns. The Forged Tac Marauder is sort of a choke monolithic suppressor hybrid, because it provides the tightening of the pellet spread of the choke, but it also provides sound suppression like a monolithic suppressor, and obviously, as you can see, it also increases that damage range. This means that even though it's probably only going to be a short range firefight when you've got this weapon equipped, you can be sure at those longer ranges with the VLK, maybe 15 or so meters, that the bullets are going to carry an increased damage potential, which means you're probably going to get the down with perhaps one less pull of the trigger. In the barrel attachment slot, I'm using the VLK Caesar barrel. This says that it's a heavy-duty tapered barrel that tightens the pellet spread and extends range, and that is exactly what we want really, even though this is an extreme close-range weapon. By increasing that range, that means we're essentially just increasing the versatility of the weapon. If it's a big long room, for example, perhaps an attic that you'll very often find yourself fighting in, then shooting across the length of the attic, you'll have a much better time at downing the enemy. Just by looking at them, you would think that this 16-inch Warlord would actually provide a better overall effectiveness with the weapon, but I have found the VLK Caesar is actually better. Of course, one of the things that we really have to improve is the hipfire accuracy of the weapon. So when we're shooting on the move, we can be sure that the pellet spread, even though we've been tightening it with the muzzle attachment slot, we still want that hipfire bloom to be as small as possible so the damage is nice and concentrated on the target. And the 5mm laser will do the best job at this, even though True Game Data, the website where I get all of my statistics for my weapons, doesn't actually publish the specific statistics for the shotguns. I can tell you that the 5mm laser very often will improve hipfire area by a massive 60%, and so in the laser attachment slot this is pretty much a no-brainer, particularly for a super aggressive fire-breathing shotgun. And of course, here are the 8-round Dragon's Breath ammunition. As you can see, 3000 degrees Fahrenheit magnesium shards will torch the enemies, dealing damage over time. And this is really good actually, because if your enemy isn't someone that remembers to plate up in the middle of a fight, perhaps if they get into cover, then you can be sure that the incendiary damage will actually stop them from healing their natural health for that little bit longer, giving you that little bit extra time to push the enemy. And for the final attachment, as I've mentioned, this is going to be a very aggressive shotgun loadout, and so we want movement speed above most other things, and the no stock attachment will definitely increase your movement speed and your overall feeling of maneuverability. What it will also do is actually improve the hipfire accuracy. I think it's only around about a 10% improvement, but that 10% could be the difference between life and death. But let me know down in the comments if you do give this weapon a go. I'm sure you've tried the Dragon Breath rounds probably on some other weapon, perhaps the R9, which is very likely as it was a meta weapon at one point, probably several months ago now, but let me know if you give this weapon a go nonetheless, and leave a like if you enjoy the video, and subscribe if you would like to see more. Thank you very much for watching, and enjoy the gameplay. So I've just come through one of those red doors from the first half of this season and managed to take out this guy. Got plenty of money now. As you can see, it is a buyback solos. Managed to get my loadout and I've still got enough money to respawn, and I can see that there's a lot of activity around here, so I get that scav done, because something to remember with the scavs is that you can hear those crates and they can't, so they might be able to hear a lot more than you and you'll be distracted. But I can see that this truck has just grabbed the recon. So I thought, well, I'll jump in here, can't get run over, and I can sort of watch him fairly safely as he drives away. No use shooting him though. But I also heard some shots to the north as well. But anyway, so I move up into the building to the north and just sort of try and keep an eye on them. This lorry driver's coming back, but so is someone else. That was actually one of the first times I'd fired the VLK, particularly with this combination of attachments, let alone the Dragon Breath. You could see there was definitely recoil there. Luckily, I reacted quickly to that stun. I know that this lorry driver from earlier in the game is a riot shield user, so they've got stuns and thermites and stuff. Bit of damage, but they've got EOD. They missed their second stun, but I'm not sure if they've got restock, so I sort of just pull away from that engagement because, you know, riot shield players can get very lucky with a stun, and once they stick you with a thermite, you're pretty much done for. But he sort of makes a hasty getaway as well, realising I've got Dragon Breath rounds. Have a bit of that. But now, the best thing in the world happens in the game. Sarcasm. The Juggernaut is dropping, which I had no idea was a thing. Maybe it's just in buyback solos, but thankfully, as of recording this post-commentary, that is no longer in the game. Not buyback solos, that is one of the best modes ever. Juggernauts, they pretty much can ruin a lobby. You could have the worst player left alive, get that Juggernaut and have a very decent chance at winning. So I'm going to close the doors. I've got my VLK ready, and I've also got this Mark IV EBR for the long range. I hear someone outside that door, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be focusing on that Juggernaut. I've got snipers hitting the building, but probably aiming for him. I'm keeping an eye on that green smoke because that's where the box is going to land. But it's just if anyone's going to go for it. I've got a fairly good view of it there, and I'm just going to try and take on people that stray into my line of sight. I heard another person walk past the door then. And there they are, by the vat. You can see out of nowhere, someone managed to get the Juggernaut, which is really annoying. Because now, at least 50% of my focus is going to be on him now. I saw that guy shooting the Juggernaut. I was thinking, oh, shall we work together and take him down? But then I thought, if he turns on me and sees where I'm shooting from, he might just kill me. So I took him out. But anyway, I make a little bit of a sneaky push into the gas here. I'm assuming it's fairly safe with all eyes on the Juggernaut, so I quickly buy a gas mask and get myself a loadout, because that means I can get Ghost. And the reason that I did spend that money so late in the game is because, as you can see, the Rebirth respawn is now closed, and so I may as well just spend the money. But I've got a way to go to the circle now, but I can see two people fighting in the distance. I definitely helped that guy get the finish by breaking his armor. If I've broke his armor as well though. 175 damage headshot with the EBR. Very good to know. Moving now. Hoping these hay bales are on the edge of the gas. They're just out. And the gas mask animation nearly gets me killed. Then 2 shots to centre mass, and that deals with that fairly quickly. But unfortunately this game did not end very well, and nothing really happened further on. So here we go into Rebirth now, and I'm playing with Charlie and 2 randoms. And that guy had killed me earlier, so it was sweet revenge. And as you can see now, I have got the F-Tech Marauder, because in that first bit of gameplay, I had only had the choke unlocked. And something I quite found interesting about that little fight was that that guy had EOD, much like the guy with the riot shield from the last game. And I still was able to 2-shot him. Now, trying to get some shots off with my EBR. I am going to make a video on this weapon very soon, but I just wanted to focus on getting some shotgun loadouts out for you. And as you can see, I'm just going to jump off here, because I'm pretty sure there was a person up there, and they absolutely beamed me and I died very quickly. But that is because, as you can see in the kill cam, there is an entire firing squad waiting for me up there. Anyway, on to my final game of Rebirth. And I'm just showcasing the worst shooting in the world, so clap if you want. I'm here all week.
You're all that's left. Get it done.
I can see the bounty is on the roof here. But then I start to see someone else shooting, so I cut them off. Another 2-tap to the chest. That's sort of a bit of a theme with the EBR. My teammate finished them off, so I wasn't able to get any shotgun gameplay, but nonetheless, here it is. You can see there, the recoil of the VLK actually really was quite annoying then. You wouldn't think that when you're hip firing that recoil would necessarily be an issue, but thankfully Charlie's with me. And as always, he is absolutely shredding in this video with the Iron Sights growl. But moving into the final circle, final team is just over at this little checkpoint. Takes out Charlie. I wanted to test the range of the VLK, but someone else took him out. But it is good to note that there is definitely limited range on that VLK. So I did think, maybe I'll have just one more game and see what I can do with this VLK. I really wanted to see what it could do. See then, that was a 2-shot kill, but he actually died to the damage over time of the ignition of the bullets, which was quite interesting to know that once you shoot them a certain amount, you can actually just let the fire do the rest. Getting a couple more kills with the EBR there. I'm a little bit behind on my commentary. I'm sort of talking for too long before the next scene comes up. It's my own fault, as I do edit my own videos. As you can see, tempo is very important with the EBR because it has quite a lot of kick. It's not something you can necessarily spam. You've got to pull the trigger to the beat of the recoil almost. See there, my first shot did really well, broke their armor and they were burning, but he jumped away and got a lot of distance on me, and that's where you can see the massive downfall of the VLK, and that is the damage drop off. That's why I have done things like increase the damage range as much as possible, because it is quite low really. Getting towards the end of this game now. There's someone in this little cabin. Got a nice centre mass shot, so he went down nice and quick. Courtesy of Charlie's aim as well. Following Charlie up this building here, giving him a hand. Broke that guy's armour. Made him well and truly back away. I'm assuming that's his friend dropping in, but I forgot to reload because I'm an idiot. But we've got to move into the circle now, so I'm hiding in this building here with my shotgun, and I can hear a lot of people converging on me, but another chance to use the shotgun. But they just got really lucky then, as you can see, and I was like, you know what, that's enough for this Dragon's Breath VLK. It's really good fun, and I hope that you have good fun with it as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one.